Hello, good evening. My name is Chidi Choli, and I would like to take you through training on the back office, just an orientation to get you familiarized with the back office and how to access some of the features on the back office. So I'm sure you know how to log into your back office. So basically, this is the link. So let me type it in again. It's login, as you can see on my screen. Login 368. Okay, 368 immeri.com/member. So login 368.immeri.com/member. And once you enter that, you should see this area. Okay, so you are required to put in your username. Okay, so your user ID. Alright, I have mine already, and then your password, and then also enter the security code. So here I have 5405. Alright, so this will take us directly to our back office, and basically this is what you see. Alright, now this here is the same as what's on the left side. Okay, so it's either you use what's on the left side or you use any of this. Right now, if you want to see your tree, so basically you have my profile, which has details about your personal information. Okay, I will not ask you to play with this, but basically of course, when you set up for the first time, you'll be required to put in your 3 passwords, and I believe by now you've done that. Okay, now you could actually change your password, but it's a little complicated to do that. I think it takes about 24 hours for it to actually take effect. So you want to keep your passwords as safe as possible so that you don't have to keep changing your password, because that could slow you down. You could also transfer membership, which in rare circumstances could be done, where you have to sell off your account or give your account to somebody else. You could do that. You could also update your profile, so in case your address and other details have changed, like your banking details or something, you can actually do this. Okay, but again, I would recommend that if you want to make any of these changes, you actually contact the office for assistance. Okay, because sometimes there are some technicalities that are involved. You don't want to just mess with it here. All right, now account information shows you your money and what bonuses you have. So I'll go through that, and then of course you have this my network, which basically has information about your board, how to register people. Okay, so if you want to register somebody into your organization, this is where you come. Okay, so you have your member register. Okay, so this is actually the button or the link you will use to get to log in or sign up somebody. Member list shows you the number, the people that you have signed up personally. Okay, my queue, this is where you see your board. So let me click on this to show you. Okay, so this is where you see your board. Okay, so depending on which rank you are, and yeah, basically which rank you are, the color of your boards will change. Okay, and depending on how long you've also been in the system. So for example, you see that I started as an associate. Everybody starts as an associate, and then we all progress gradually through the system to become executive, and now I am a manager. Okay, so maybe when you open yours, you will see that it's a blue color indicating that you are an associate, and so you are just about beginning your whole growth process. Okay, green is for executive, and of course this beautiful color orange or brown is for managers. Okay, now let's go back. So again, I told you could use the left side. Okay, so this one also is what you use to register people. So member register, when you click on it, you notice that it gives you a form. Okay, so you choose country and then you begin filling the information, just like you have on the physical form that we use for getting new members to be registered. Okay, so all the details that are required are also here. So you have the personal information, ID name, national ID, date of birth, type of package they are signing, whether they are personal or company, and normally it's personal unless you are signing up your company. Package registration type is what package you are choosing, whether it's agency or wholesale, and then you have all these. Okay, so this is basically, so it even captures your banking information. So actually, literally, you can sign up somebody on your own just from here. All right, so and then you also have I showed you my member. Now member list is where what shows you the people you have personally signed up, and normally there are certain people you can sign them up, okay, pending activation. So it means that maybe the person has not paid up yet, but the person has shown interest and the person wants you to wait for him to provide the money so that you can sign the person in. Now you can, when this happens and you already know what you are doing, you already know where you're going to place the person and all that, okay, sometimes you can actually fill in the form and wait for the person to make the payment. And once the person makes the payment, you come here, you click activate, and when you click on the activate, it's going to ask you to make the payment. Okay, so as you can see, it's asking for payment. Okay, so that's how you can actually save time, so you don't wait till the person has completely paid up before you start the process, because sometimes that takes time. But also in other cases, you may do this and the person may never pay up. It's not a problem. When that happens and you are sure that the person may not come back anytime soon, you can actually come and delete. Okay, you can actually delete the sign up. All right, so this is it. But once the person pays up, you cannot delete the person from the system. Okay, these people do not show on the system. Okay, but once they become active, which means that they've paid up or you've paid for them and they show up on the board, there's no way you can delete them from the system. Okay, so that is how flexible the system is. So you can actually load the people pending activation. All right, now is there anything more I would like to show you here? So sponsor tree, I've showed you my queue, which shows you the board. So your board as it is, I think I've showed you already. Then we have sponsor tree. Sponsor tree shows you your generation. Okay, so the generations of people you have signed up, from you to the people you signed up and to the people they've signed up based on sponsorship. So this one shows you, it's like your enrollment tree, if you like. Okay, so you were signed up by somebody, and then those people, you sign up people, and those people also sign up people. Okay, now you notice that these two people here are in black. That indicates that they have not been activated. Okay, so you see you have the key here, or the legend, okay, telling you what it means. So gold means active, which means that these people are on the actual board, okay, and they cannot be removed. But this person is not on the board. Okay, they can actually be removed. Okay, from if they don't pay up, they can actually be removed. All right, or if you decide, if payment is not made for them, basically they can be removed, and that's not a problem. So these are the people pending activation. All right, now this is basically what you see. So for example, if you click on this guy, you will see the people that he has registered. All right, and that is what happens. You can see. All right, so by clicking on the plus sign, see when there's a minus sign beside them, it means that they don't have anybody under them. But when there's a plus sign, it means that they have more people. Now, if you can choose to look at it this way, so that you say, okay, Douglas, sign up this other account, and then under this account they have 2 or 3 people, actually 3 people. Okay, before Douglas, the main account also sign up Super Peterson. So you can see, okay, how actually this works. And so that is it's very simple. It just tells you or shows you your enrollment tree, the people you have signed up and the people they've signed up and the people they've signed up, all the way to infinity. All right, now placement tree is a little different. Okay, so this system allows us to do what we call placement. Okay, now sponsorship means that you signed up that person, so you introduce a person to the business. Now sometimes you may introduce a person and sign the person up, but when you are registering, there are 2 indications you are supposed to indicate, and I'll show you on the form. Okay, so let's go back to the member register form and I'll show you. Okay, so here you will notice that when it comes to after the banking information, you see you have sponsor information, then you need a sponsor ID, and then placement information. Now this is for purposes of strategy. Okay, so when you sponsor somebody, it means that you introduce a person to the business, so definitely you are going to get a sponsor bonus. Now you can sponsor somebody and place the person under one of the people you've already brought. What it means is you are trying to help that other person get qualification, but that qualification does not work on the associate board. Okay, so notice what I said. It doesn't work on that. It doesn't show up on the associate board. So on the associate board, everybody is supposed to have their own personal sign-ups for their qualification. But where it becomes important or where it becomes significant is where you get to the executive board and above. Okay, that is where you will, the 2 of you, okay, both you and the person you place that person under are going to enjoy qualification. When that one person comes, it's going to provide 2 qualifications to both you and the person that you place the person under. Okay, so this presupposes that number 1, you are supposed to have at least somebody you are personally enrolled. Otherwise, you cannot place down. Okay, otherwise you cannot place down. So it allows you. So this, but this is a little technical. Okay, but as you start a business, so for the first person you will register, definitely it will be sponsor ID will be you, and the placement ID will be you, because you don't have anybody to place the person under. Okay, so the first person you register is placement, sponsor ID is you. Okay, so with your ID, and then placement ID is also you. Okay, you can actually choose to always do it you for sponsor and you for placement, but like I'm saying, when you get to understand, when we get on with the business and your team starts growing, it might become necessary for you to start doing placement, because for strategic reason it could be beneficial to you, and we'll get into that in more in-depth training when we come to the business strategy side. Okay, now what I wanted to focus on, so let me just do this as an overview, okay, and then I will get into the real focus areas. All right, so this, my order here, all right, is where you actually make a purchase with your points. Okay, so here you have purchase, you have shopping cart, you have order list, and then shipping address. Okay, now if you are not going to do a personal pickup from the office, you need to use a shipping address. All right, so here you will need to fill this portion first before you go and make your order. Okay, so let's say you are in Takoradi and you want the product that you are ordering to be shipped to Takoradi, what will happen is that you have to come here. Okay, so if you go under my order, you click on shipping address, and you have to come here, fill this one. Okay, and then you can now come and make your purchase. Then when you are paying for the purchase, it will ask you, so we'll get into details about that. Okay, that'll be in my next video, but basically just to point out something to you. So purchase is where you make your order. Okay, purchase is where you make your order. So here you select your country, basically Ghana, sorry, and then you choose your products. Okay, so we'll get into all those details now. Shopping cart shows you which orders you have made that are pending payment. Okay, and then when you have made your payment, you see it in the order list. Okay, showing all the orders you have actually made. So as you can see, I've made quite a number of orders from my account. Okay, and that's exciting. Okay, so you can actually make orders right from your account and determine how it should go. Okay, so shipping address is for those who don't want to come and pick the products from the office themselves, or are not in a position to come and pick. In that case, basically the company will ship it to you by FedEx. Okay, and it's normally going to be free if you have bought products worth more than 1,000 points. Okay, so that's it. So I think I'm going to end this overview presentation, and then in the next couple of videos I'm going to focus on a few other areas. All right, so thank you very much for your attention. I hope this was helpful. Catch you in the next video.